everyone, welcome to the Suhner Repair Shop. Today we're going to talk about the Max 100 drilling spindle and some maintenance on it. So we're going to go over some features and maintenance items on the Max 100 drilling spindle, the tools you will need, some type of depth gauge or calipers or some way to measure depth. You will need some Allens, metric Allens, some type of gauge or ruler will work, and then you can have some sockets and ratchet if you need it, and then you'll need some way to hold the front of the spindle, which you can use adjustable wrench or a spanner or anything may work for that. Okay, we're going to talk about a belt change for a Max 100. And right now you see our example on the bench here does not have a motor on it, but a customer will have an AC motor or a servo motor. You do not have to remove that. You will just release tension off the motor. You'll need to take the front plate off, and then you could of course access the belt here. So the first thing we're going to do is take off the doubling union, and then we're going to pull this whole assembly off here, and that will give us access to the belt. Okay, so now we've removed the doubling coolant union off the back of the unit. We'll set it aside. Of course, you have two half-moon clamps that hold it on. We'll take that off. Now what we'll do is remove this whole back unit here. It's the easiest thing to do. And we've removed our large socket head cap screws here. The next thing is the small alignment pins. You have one on each side. This is what aligns the back housing to the body. To the transmission housing. You can do it without it, but it's a little easier to pull these pins out before you try to pull the whole back plate off. So we'll take a standard M5 socket head cap screw, go into the back of the pin, and then we'll just use pliers or some type of little crowbar, anything, or a screwdriver even, just to pull the pins out. You see we pulled the pin out of the body a little bit, do the same thing on the second side, and you saw it drop down. And we'll take this whole unit, and it's heavy, slide it out. Be careful not to damage the drawbar. You don't want to damage or nick this. And so that's it. Now we've disassembled the back side. So now you can see we have full access to the bottom of the belt. You come around front here, we'll take our our 8mm Allen wrench. We'll take off the front cover. This way you can leave the motor on your unit. This will give you access to the top pulley. Now you have full access, and you can do a belt change without having to remove your motor and without having to dismount the unit. Okay, so now that we've changed our belt, replaced our belt, of course our motor will be here, so it'll be a little tight. So if you can get someone to help you, it might be a little easier because this unit is heavy. You want to make sure, again, this is your drawbar. Want to make sure we don't do any damage to the drawbar, especially its octagon shape here. This is what your doubling coolant union attaches to. All right, we'll slide this up here, align our pins, take a rubber mallet, drive our pins back in, and then we take our M12 socket head cap screws and tighten it back up here. All right, now that we got our plate on, the next thing is we take our doubling coolant union and we got to fit back on the shaft here. You want to make sure at the end of the drawbar there are no burrs. This will create a lot of headaches to align up in the octagon shape down in the doubling union. So this will slide right over. You may have to move your the shaft or the spindle of the unit to align the drawbar. The inside here does spin, so you may have to turn it a little by hand and then try it again. That's what you're looking for. You're looking for the union to slide all the way back down on the units. And then your half moon C-clamps go in the groove of the unit. And this holds in the Dublin union and keeps it from coming back out, but allows it to, of course, free spin inside. Okay, so we just showed how to do a belt change on our Max 100 drilling spindle. It's very similar to some of our other units, our Max 40 and Max 200. I want to thank you for watching. Be sure to check out our YouTube and Facebook page and look for further updates from Suhner.